Who are gifted black males in the liminal space? Who are we in the in-between? In-between being black, gifted, male, science, mathematics. So all these different identities, all these different locations. But in between those locations, I think that gives us open space to become something that we have not seen. And I think that's what BMST does. We talked about blackness, we talked about maleness, we talked about science, we've talked about teaching, but in between all those different locations, all those different identities, what are we trying to fashion when it comes to being a black male STEM teacher?
The BMST educator model is supported by 4 foundational pillars: culturally responsive pedagogy, social emotional learning, academically black male engagement, and mathematical and scientific methods. Each pillar provides scaffolding for the black male standing at the base of this structure, who seeks to develop into a black male STEM teach BMST educator, the transformative space for learning, growth, and development that occurs among participants in BMST we refer to as the Zone of Black Male STEM Teacher Identity, or ZBM-STID. Ultimately, it is ZBM-STID used for the conceptual framework for this program that makes it unique. We understand that the successful black male STEM educator must educate at the intersection of multiple identities that foreground culture, as well as cognitive, affective, and social and emotional learning.
My upbringing was in a single-parent household led by my mom, my grandmother. Raised 2 older sisters. My older sister is 7 years older than I am, and my next sister is about 5 years older. So I'm the baby of the family, only male in the household. I was fortunate to growing up in New Orleans, raised in a Catholic household. So I went to a predominantly Catholic school all my life, from pre-K to 12th grade. School really didn't set in until I got to high school, when I attended St. Augustine High School, an all-male, all-black preparatory in New Orleans, Louisiana. Proud graduate of 1997. And that's when it actually hit me on the importance of being a black male in New Orleans, but also being taught by black males. While we go through our adolescent stages, you had choices. Either you was going to get a quote-unquote good job or you was going to a 4-year university and to pursue, your dream. My household pushed for that. So when I decided to go to the military, then out the military I came back and went to college, and that gave me opened my eyes to seeing what life is really about and how I can be a part of this society and push for education, not just for myself, but for other black men that come after me.
I grew up in East Texas, Jefferson, Texas, and both of my parents were educators. My mom was a teacher at my school. My father was my high school assistant principal. Was interested in science, interested in music, so a band nerd. Left East Texas, off to undergraduate studies at the University of North Texas, majored in chemistry, almost a minor in mathematics, so very, very interested in STEM from a very early age.
So I'm actually from Southern California, born and raised. I'm Cali girl forever. I grew up in a 2-parent household, pretty much one income for the majority, but very high expectations in education. My parents did not play when it came to school. My father has his bachelor's degree in business, and then my mother has her master's degree actually in education. It was almost like I had a teacher at home growing up. Growing up through school, I was always in GATE, meaning like gifted courses, AP, honors, myself and my 3 siblings as well. We all went to college and have degrees, and so it's very typical and expected of us to go through K through 12, go off to college, and then do what we do.
I became interested in science middle school, high school, mainly in high school. And one of my primary reasons for my interest in science came from the many teachers that I had. For many of my friends and many of my colleagues, when we talked about having teachers, having black teachers, I was lucky. In my school district, in my area of East Texas, I had quite a few African American teachers. Many who graduated from HBCUs, Wiley College, Jarvis Christian College, Prairie View A&M University, Texas Southern University. I believe I had a black teacher in every grade except for second grade. When I got to high school, I had black teachers who taught physics, who taught chemistry, who taught physical science, mathematics. My algebra teacher was an African American woman who graduated from Wiley College. My geometry teacher was an African American woman. So I had all of these role models and all of these people, all of these black people, black teachers who were educated in HBCUs. So it was never foreign to me to think that I couldn't be excellent in science and mathematics.
I started loving math. I think it just came naturally, but I was like maybe third grade and I couldn't sleep. So I went in the room and bothered my mom. She told me to go read a book. So I went and read a book. I still wasn't sleepy. So I guess I was bothering her and she said, just count until you go to bed. So I started counting and I realized I'm not getting sleepy. My brain's still moving, and started multiplying. Then I fell asleep. Next morning I woke up, it was just like something different at school happened. Math just started coming easy to me. And then as I started progressing, the interest became not just mathematics, but how particles move, how objects move, what is gravity, why do I run so fast, how do you get big, how does your height and your weight, is there a comparison? So as I've gotten older, probably into middle school, through middle school to 8th grade, like science was really huge. Even though Nintendo and Sega Genesis was out, we really wasn't that fortunate financially. So getting a telescope or binoculars or microscope really wasn't a thing, but in order to keep you busy, you know, Sega Genesis, Nintendo was there. So you still wanted to figure out how those computer or consoles work. So I'll say from a very young age, being introduced to mathematics or just having a liking to mathematics pushed me even further to where I'm at now and enjoying science, not just from an engineering standpoint, but from a teaching standpoint.
When we talk about black males, what have we historically heard? Black males are not successful. They're not doing well. They're not achieving. They're not. So when you look at the research, that is a deficit-based perspective. You're always looking at the nots. Our center, we want to look at the assets, the things that black males, that they are doing. They're being successful. They're achieving. You know, they're preparing to be STEM teachers. So we're looking at the assets. If black students, particularly black male students, if they have just one black teacher, that increases and enhances their opportunities of moving on and going on into college by 39%. Less than 4% of the teachers in this country are black males. If you look at black males in STEM, it's less than 2%. Houston ISD was the 4th largest school district in the country. So when you put in black teachers, so you know you have to tell the narrative, you have to set up the research. When you put in black teachers, it gave you something like 2,300. When you said black male teachers, it dropped down to something like 900. When you said black male teachers in STEM, it dropped down to something like 98. When you said black male teachers in STEM at the middle school, middle grades level, it dropped down to 9. So you mean to tell me that at that time, fourth largest school district in the United States, had 9 black men teaching STEM at the middle school level. So my team's like, Sure enough, when Kellogg hit us back, they were like, this is profound. And I said, I know, it is. And we want to help you do something about it. You got $1.5 million and you're only trying to bring in 20 black males? Isn't that kind of overkill? No, it's actually not. If we can take 20 and be successful and show success, heck, that's a 100% increase. You only got 9. So we're gonna take 20 and show that they can be successful, that we can train them in our BMST methods, where we're not only concerned about them being math and science ready and to be able to teach the pedagogy, but we're also interested in them understanding what it means to be black and male and a teacher. And those are the things that you're not going to get in an alternative teacher certification program.
I think this was God sent for me to meet Dr. Bonner, and instead of immediately putting me in grad school, he said, no, I want to hire you for this position. And after doing his research, I was sold. It seemed like BMST was written for me. Being a black male that shifted out of engineering, military, being a radar or traffic controller, to wanting to pursue STEM, to be a STEM teacher. Going through an alternative certification program, which was different for me, I was the only, not only male, but the only black male amongst others. So now being a follower of Dr. Bonner and being a program director of BMST, it's an honor to be able to lead you guys and guide you guys through your certification and maybe jump over some of those hurdles and trenches that I had to go through so it can be a smoother path for you guys.
And you're going to be role models. See, that's the mere fact that you're here. We appreciate it. We're going to make you successful. We are going to be a team. Get ready. This is going to be the toughest job that you've ever enjoyed tackling. I'm available here. I've been here over 40 years here. As Dr. Bonner said, I've probably been everything except what the Dean of Women and the President. So I have a lot of experience that I want to pass on to you. So we're looking forward to having a very good program here, and we're going to make a difference in this society.
Hello everyone, my name is Jeremy Simpson, from Louisiana, also a SWAC alumni, Southern University. This year has been my first year in education, and I learned about the program, applied to it, and I'm looking forward to getting started on a journey with you guys.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing? I'm Brandon. I have a military background as well. Definitely every job that I've pretty much had, I've been in a instructing, teaching position. Definitely I've had some changes in my life. I'm definitely focused on my kids and the community they live in. Just definitely want to be there to give insight, change the perception of what black male teachers and whatnot. Just happy to be here. I definitely appreciate it.
Hi everyone, my name is Ola Bode for short. My younger brother was the one who told me about this program. He couldn't make it today. This program has actually helped us pave the way to our next employment opportunity. So I was able to become a Algebra 1 teacher because I signed up for this program. I am grateful for that, and I am looking forward to working with everybody moving forward.
William Houston. I'm also a veteran, an Army veteran. I'm a communicator and an instructor. I've always known that I was gonna end up in education. I didn't know how, I didn't know when. I thought it might have been, maybe I was gonna be later in life. Maybe it would be a retirement job, but it's something I've always been passionate about, and I look forward to working through the program and getting to know some of you folks a little bit better.
We want black male STEM teach to be a model that is ecumenical, that can serve the needs of black males who are teaching in Florida, black males who are teaching in Georgia, black males who are teaching in California, black males who are teaching in Chicago, Illinois. We want this particular framework to serve as fodder to help individuals who are interested in increasing the number of black male STEM teachers across the country.
The essence of education, as we see it in the United States, started not just with Ivy Leagues, but the intelligence of black men. And if we're not actually willing to bring that to the forefront, not just in the United States, HBCUs, PWIs, Ivy Leagues, we are everywhere. So I think BMST is a good starting place at Purview, but even a more pivotal spot to get to at the end for the world to see, not just how Purview do things, but how black males in STEM do things.